At the end of the day, as I again tell them, so some of them ask me, ma'am, will we be replaced by AI? So I tell them that you will not be replaced by AI, but you will be replaced by good marketers who know how to use their marketing thoughts and strategies with the help of right tools, right AI tools. There is something which we call vibe coding. So vibe coding, just like ChatGPT gives you content, there are vibe coding platforms called Bolt and Replit. So what these platforms do is, if I tell them what I want to create, they will give me the code. So I don't need to be a techie or a coder or a software engineer, but definitely I'm not going to create a mastermind product out of that code, because just it is just as similar to the content you get from ChatGPT. But as a marketer, those who work in the industry will know. Suppose if I have an idea and if I want to create a prototype for my idea, sometimes I have to wait for a graphic designer to be free. They might be working on live projects. They might give more priority to high value projects. So now I can create something which is close to my mind. And there are definitely a lot of definitions also available. But I think the simplest one which I've heard is from the CEO of Google DeepMind. And he said AI is something which makes machines smarter. So, building on to that definition, I would say that AI in marketing, AI is something which makes marketers smarter, helping them to work better, faster, more contextual, more personalized with the help of natural language processing, machine learning, predictive analytics, and so on. So AI is, I would limit AI to a tool and a science which is helping marketers all over the world. Hmm.
Welcome to Vibrant Publishers podcast. Our guest for today is Dr. Anupama Ambika, who is a seasoned academic and industry professional with over 20 years of experience in marketing, leadership, and research. She has worked with global firms like IBM and Cape Gemini in leadership roles in marketing before commencing her academic journey. Anupama currently serves as marketing area chair at IMT Dubai. Her teaching and research focus on digital marketing, AI, and emerging technologies. She's a prolific researcher who explores how digital tools and AI influence consumer behavior and experiences. Anupama's work has been published in leading marketing journals. She is also an associate editor of the Journal of Creative Communication and on the Journal of Consumer Behavior editorial board. Welcome to the podcast, Anupama.
Yeah. Thank you, Nagul, and I'm really thrilled to be talking about a very interesting area today.
Great. So, the topic for today is AI in marketing. To start off, how would you define AI in the
Mhm.
context of marketing?
So AI is something which is everywhere, from, I would say, from our phone to the fridge, all over. And there are definitely a lot of definitions also available. But I think the simplest one which I've heard is from the CEO of Google DeepMind. And he said AI is something which makes machines smarter. So, building on to that definition, I would say that AI in marketing, AI is something which makes marketers smarter, helping them to work better, faster, more contextual, more personalized with the help of natural language processing, machine learning, predictive analytics, and so on. So AI is, I would limit AI to a tool and a science which is helping marketers all over the world.
Great. So, to help the audience understand better, can you walk us
Mhm.
through some real world use cases where AI has significantly improved the outcomes of the marketing
Mhm.
efforts?
Hmm. So, to start with, though we are hearing or we are seeing AI more these days, AI has been there in marketing since a while. From the from your Netflix personalized recommendations, or your Amazon recommendations, or the personalized web pages you have been seeing, your Siri and Alexa. So all of this is essentially AI. So AI, but so far AI has been working in the background. It was a shadow. Though a lot of us spoke about AI, people didn't really know what AI is, though they had some idea that AI is some magician which is doing all this magic which they see. But I think it is post maybe 2021, 2022, when OpenAI came up with ChatGPT and people started using it. That's when everyone started experiencing AI firsthand. Because you yourself is doing it. You don't need to be a data scientist or a data analyst or a Python expert or anything to work on AI. So that is when people really started seeing AI and having an idea of how it works and what it can do. But AI has been transforming marketing since a long time, more in the predictive analytics area, or understanding consumer behavior, helping marketers predict what customers like or what they want to buy and so on. But right now, looking at the current context, let me give you an example. Let's say a simple work of most of the marketers would do, a digital marketer would do, that is emails. So let's take an example of a retail firm. And as a marketer, you would have several emails which will go to the customer. Somebody signs up with their email. There might be a welcome email which has to go. And there might be emails after they visit and put something in the cart. There might be a couple of reminders which has to go. So there are several emails which is throughout the life cycle of the customer's journey. Now, before AI, we definitely had a lot of digital tools. So then what a marketer would do is they'll go to the tool and individually add rules for each criteria. If a customer signs up, sends up this email. If the item is there in the cart for 10 days, send this email. But if you consider it at scale, looking at, I'm just talking about the website now. So looking at all the social media, all the apps, and so many permutations and combinations, imagine how difficult it is for a marketer to set conditions for all of these. Because the tool will work only as per your conditions. Whatever rule you set, it will just work accordingly. Now, suppose many of these platforms are now integrating AI. Now, what happens with AI is you give them some basic understanding, and then you feed the entire data into AI. Last 10 years or last 5 years, what have you been doing? What was the customer condition? What email you sent? What was the response? Did they click? Did they buy? So you give this whole data to your AI tool. It learns from this tool, and you don't need to give instructions for every possible scenario. It knows, it learns from this data. It forecasts what are the possible scenarios, and it can take decisions accordingly. And not only that, it can even learn. Maybe the past 5 years, customers have been clicking on a particular kind of email, but then your AI tool has identified a pattern that the percentage of people clicking on that particular email is reducing over the past 1 year. It'll again give you an indication. See, this is happening. Probably you might need to do this. So you can agree or you accept the condition, then it can change the pattern. So it can learn from the data. It can take decisions. I would call it intelligent automation if it is a repetitive task, and it simplifies the work of a marketer. So that is a big change. So similar, I just give one example. So like that, in every field, wherever there is a repetitive task and something which is huge volume, AI can intelligently automate it, but provided you should have good data. If you give it, if the data is polluted or if the data is not accurate, definitely garbage in, garbage out. But if you have a strong data support, AI is going to give you amazing outcomes. It is so you can use this time for better strategizing, or making a plan, or deciding, understanding more about customers. So you can work on a higher level. So this is one of the example, but AI has been making changes in every field. Another field is content, which all of us have been experiencing. Content creation, content repurposing. I create one video probably for a YouTube channel, and AI can help me repurpose this video into a Facebook post, an Instagram reel, to a TikTok video in seconds. So again, see, imagine how much my work is reducing. So I think that is a general pattern, other than what we have been seeing over the years, the predictive and the personalization.
Got it. Thank you for sharing that. But that raises a question in my mind, that doesn't it kill human creativity if we are automating all of this to AI, or repurposing content using AI?
So you are just the keyword here is you are just focusing on the repetitive tasks. So
Okay.
you cannot expect AI to understand what your customer will actually expect. Now, AI can give you 10 scenarios which can work, but it is for a marketer to decide if is this carrying my brand's voice, is this what my brand wants customer to think or feel or experience. So that can never go away. So this is something which I often tell my students also, because marketing over the years, marketing is all about one set of people, that is the marketers or the brands, convincing another big set of people who are your customers to take some actions, to click, to buy, to use. So this is not going to change. Maybe the tools will change. Today it is AI, tomorrow an advanced AI, but that psychology, understanding customers, making customers needs, understanding the nuances of human behavior, which is very complicated, that is always going to be a part of marketer's job. So you can make your job easier, make some repetitive tasks, as I said, which AI can do, but ultimately it is a human touch which has to be there. Otherwise, see, if it is just a tool operation, then maybe a 14 or 13-year-old can also do. You don't need to be a marketer, because all these tools are quite simple to operate. There is either it is conversational, or there is click and drop down and upload and download. It's quite simple. So they can also operate the tool. But if you don't have the marketing knowledge, then this tool will not help you to get whatever you want. The tool is as good as your strategy.
Right. Got it. You mentioned that you were talking about some tools.
Mhm.
With the help of tools, of course, even an inexperienced person can do the basic things, but it takes a marketing person to add flair to it. Uh,
Yes.
but for a beginner, what are some of the AI tools or platforms that you believe that they should know
Mhm.
or be familiar with today? I mean, of course, apart from Chat GPT.
Mhm. So I think though ChatGPT everybody can use, I'll start with ChatGPT since you mentioned it. Though all of us can use ChatGPT, even a 10-year-old can use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, there is a way which now the fancy term is prompt engineering. So there is a way in which you get that AI tool, whether it is ChatGPT or Gemini, or it is Mid Journey, the tools which create images. There is a way you need to converse with your AI to make sure that it can create something which is close to what you want. Because you definitely cannot say, create a strategy for this new product which I'm going to launch. It will be very, very generic. So you have to give a context, you have to give a background, then you have to read what comes out, and then think if this is matching your brands and your ideas. Then you ask them to tweak. You'll say, no, 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 this is not I want. Now change. This is not my customer. The customer will not like it. So there is a way you converse with AI to make sure that you get what you want. So prompt engineering is a skill which all of us need to develop, not only marketing, which will help us to make sure that we get what we want from AI. So there are several courses. There are even the OpenAI has also given a lot of details about how to converse with your AI agent to make sure you get what you want. So that is something which everybody should master. I think second, there should be a general flair to use any tool to your advantage that comes with practice. Because as I told you before, the tool is as good as your strategy. So if I have a strategy, how do I select the right tool? There is a host of martech tools, free. Some will come with your organizational membership. Some will come with a minor fee. Some are free. So selecting the right tool which can put my strategy into practice or which can make my work easier. Again, this will come with practice, trying out different tools. That flair for tools should be there. Then I would say there is something which we call vibe coding. So vibe coding, just like ChatGPT gives you content, there are vibe coding platforms called Bolt and Replit. So what these platforms do is, if I tell them what I want to create, they will give me the code. So I don't need to be a techie or a coder or a software engineer, but definitely I'm not going to create a mastermind product out of that code, because just it is just as similar to the content you get from ChatGPT. But as a marketer, those who work in the industry will know. Suppose if I have an idea and if I want to create a prototype for my idea, sometimes I have to wait for a graphic designer to be free. They might be working on live projects. They might give more priority to high value projects. So now I can create something which is close to my mind. If suppose if I want to create a new screen for the app, I can use a vibe coding platform, and I can create something which is closer to what I think, and the process becomes faster. And then when I move to the creative, give it to the creative team, they will also be able to start the work and do it fast because they know what I want. Then there are platforms for personalization. Like Adobe has something called Sensei. Salesforce also has every of these enterprise software have sections or tools which helps to personalize the website experience. So again, earlier this needed a lot of coding and needed a lot of technology, but now as a marketer, I can give instructions to say this is the goal. Now my goal this month is probably to increase the festival sales or make sure that maximum people use the discount code and increase and purchase. So when somebody logs into the website, based on the profile created, based on the data, uh, this kind of experience should be given to them. So now it is there in the website. I'm sure soon it will be applicable to every other platform. So how to personalize, the tools for personalization. Then Google, the set of Google tools which can be learned for free from Google Skills platform, which includes your Google Ads, how to from a simple search ads to the ads across platforms, display ads in the ads across YouTube. So Google Ads is a platform. Even if you are not a digital marketer, understanding how Google Ads work will put some will help your thought process. And then there are analytics platforms like Google Analytics, which will even if you are not an analytics person, you should know how to interpret the data coming out of it. Make sure you align your strategies accordingly. But in general, I feel tools will come and go. Like I started as a marketer in 2005, so I have seen evolution of a set of tools over the years. So tools will come and go. Some tools will disappear, some tools will improve. Like this tool called HubSpot, I think they came around 2008 or so. So from that time I'm using, and that single tool itself, I've seen how it has evolved over the years to now an AI integrated tool. So tools
Yeah.
will come and go. There'll be more tools, but the key is you are in that practice of using technology for your work. And again, something which I would recommend all marketers to do is workflow automation. You really don't need to wait for your company to come and buy a software and tell you, see, now you can send emails like this. Do it. You yourself can automate parts of your work through simple tools. So workflow automation, I believe, is going to be a major skill for professionals, not only marketers, where how they can use, because these AI tools like ChatGPT, for example, that all of us know, there are several hundreds of such tools which are out there, which will help us to automate few parts of our work and overall improving the efficiency and productivity. So yeah, I think that's my overall view about tools.
Got it. You mentioned workflow automation. If you could
Mhm.
expand on that, How does
Mhm.
one go about doing it? If you could explain it for the beginners, like how do I start automating my workflow with the basics?
So, like this email I mentioned, like for example, I gave an example of if you have customer data, then how can I segment the customer? Now there are tools which are available which will help you to segment the workflow. So instead of segment your customer tools, or say, or automate your email sending processes. Some are free, some will be part of your overall enterprise software, which you may not be aware of. Once you go and check, you will know what all comes as a part of the enterprise software. So why not use that email platform to send emails to customers instead of doing it myself? So for example, if you're a small company, what generally when a startup or a small company, when they come to me, they ask, how do we start with the AI tools? How do we start incorporating it? So this is what I tell them. There are two ways. First part is, you list down all your marketing activities. You have maybe a team of 1 to 5 people. You list down all their activities, look at which activity is repetitive. Maybe an email sending, maybe something like you have to post, every day you have to post maybe 25, 30 post or content pieces across all your social media, YouTube and Facebook and all that. So maybe that is a repetitive task. Or there might be some customer data which you're looking at on a regular basis. So list down all your activities, look at which activity is repetitive and massive, that is where you have to do on a regular basis a large number of times, and see which tool can help you to automate it. So, and some of the tools are actually not very costly, some quite affordable. Even if I'm a single person running a digital marketing agency, there some of them will be still affordable. They are not, a lot of them are not very costly. So, and then select the right tool which can automate. So, start with a small task. You don't have to automate the entire whole process to start with. Start with small tasks which are quick wins, which are not very complicated, which you can see results quickly, and which will save a huge amount of your time. And then slowly you can, based on your success rate, because every task automation may not work on the same in the same way for every industry or every company. It depends on how important that work is and how your customers react to it, and is your industry mature or ready for that. So you start with small tasks, one at a time. Or another approach is, you look at what are your problems. What are the problems you're facing? So probably maybe one of the problems might be, now our Instagram posts are not getting enough reach, which we used to get maybe 5 years ago or 2 years ago. So what might be the possible reasons? Maybe your content is not interesting, or maybe customers, Instagram is not showing, your content is not reaching the audience which you intend to. So there can be several statements. So which of these problem can we solve with an AI tool? Now maybe an AI tool which can help generate hundreds of titles, and from that I can, and there are tools which will even test. Not only will it generate hundreds of the title or the post, it will even help to test quickly that which of them will work better. So maybe I'll use that AI tool to automate that part of the process instead of me sitting and thinking what to do. So that is a process. Either you start with the problem or you start with the list of activities. See which is repetitive, which is massive, which can save your time, save cost, and somewhere where you think an intervention is needed. And start small, and slowly, as the technology progresses or as your business progresses, you can improve one by one.
Okay, correct. Thank you for sharing that. Now, I'd like to know a little bit about your teaching experience, and
Mhm.
in your experience, how have been students responding to artificial intelligence in marketing, and
Mhm.
what tips do you want to give them? In the sense, what skills should they develop uh, to succeed in this AI-driven marketing field?
Hmm. So when I start with, so even some of the institutes or sometimes the colleges which call me specifically to teach a module on AI. So everybody start with this, that Now, Anupama, we want to teach all these 35, 40, 50 tools to our students. No, mostly they start with that. But again, this has two sides. One is some of the tools definitely is interesting to them. Maybe that vibe coding when they create the website or when they have to create images. So some of the tools are definitely interesting. I start with some of these exciting ones, asking them to use them to create content. But some of them can be it's just tool. At the end of the day, some of them are just tools where you have to fill in details and select high, low, and it can be a little dry. So one side I see excitement, another side I see a little bit of tool fatigue also. But the danger I see is more and more of them think themselves as tool operators. If you see their CV, they'll say, I can operate this, that, I can use MailChimp for email, I'm experienced in using Google Ads. But at the end of the day, as I again tell them, so some of them ask me, ma'am, will we be replaced by AI? So I tell them that you will not be replaced by AI, but you will be replaced by good marketers who know how to use their marketing thoughts and strategies with the help of right tools, right AI tools. So the first message I always tell my students, as well as when I go when colleges or sometimes people call me for guest sessions to teach AI in marketing, I tell them that AI marketing or digital marketing itself is a misnomer. It is marketing in a digital world or marketing in an AI world. Tomorrow, your customers may go somewhere, maybe metaverse, I don't know, whatever technology comes up. Then you will go and market there. So marketing is the same. What you have been seeing since thousands of years, the basic rules are the same. You just contextualize it according to how people change. But the tools have to be learned in tandem with the theory, with the experience. So that's why I see both the sides. Initially they are excited, then they are like, oh my god, because sometimes it is too many tools will also create a fatigue. But when I teach it in a such a way, I give them a problem. I say, see, this brand is having a problem. No, probably their customer retention is going quite low. They are not able to retain customers. So this is a problem area. So first I make them design a strategy, based on what they have learned over the years about consumer behavior, about marketing, about strategy, all of that. And I tell them, you design a strategy. Now, based on this strategy, what areas you think you should work on and what areas you think tools should work on. So I generally try to teach in such a way that it is more of a co-creation. AI is more like your team member. So there is some thought, there is some creative ideas you have to come up with, and there are some tasks which you assign to AI, who is probably will become like a co-worker, in a few years of time. So it's a teamwork. You work on your strength, you assign some work to the tool which will do its part, and together you are getting a better outcome. So students, and most of these students, this Gen Z, they are very conversant with technology and tools. So learning the tools is not a time consuming thing for them. They understand it quite quickly. And even if you actually don't know how to use the tool, even today I was testing a new tool to introduce in my next class. So I was confused in the middle, some screen, what exactly to do. I just took a screenshot and asked ChatGPT, I'm stuck here. What should I do? It gave me clear instructions. Okay, go there, click here, upload the data here, and then go next. I got this entire manual to be done in 5 minutes. Otherwise, I kept on thinking, I kept on searching in Google, and then I realized I can go and search in ChatGPT. So tool learning, again, is my focus is always on how to teach them to use these tools to apply their strategy. And I think that should be the way forward, because your marketing knowledge is what is going to save you in the long term. Because you will have to, maybe after 5 years, if we're having this conversation, we might talk about a completely new set of tools and a new way of doing things, but it'll be still the same old marketing.
Right. So the basics of marketing remain the same. It's just the tools that keep on evolving, and you've
Yeah.
got to keep up with the tools, but also uh, have the knowledge of the basics of marketing.
Yes.
Got it. Now, what are your prediction for the next 3 to 5 years? What is the
Hmm.
trend that you see in this
Hmm.
particular field that is going to evolve and be uh, uh, gain attention or be mostly used?
Hmm. So the number one, which I feel, is the hyper personalization at scale. So though we have been seeing personalization, we are seeing it with with an Amazon, with a retailer website, or with Netflix, or with some app. So because now these technologies are accessible, so earlier only these companies who were really investing, Amazon and all of them, who are really investing heavy on these backend technologies, they were able to show this magic. Now, because the tools are accessible, you don't need to be a PhD in data science to do a lot of things. This is going to be everywhere. That is, every website you see, every app you open, the content of the website, the color, the headings, the title, everything will be aligned to what you are, what data they have about you, what you know about you. So I think wherever you see the digital world, you see it will be hyper personalization at scale. One, from the brand, and also from the customer side. The customer will also proactively do this for themselves. Recently I saw a video where there is an AR glass. So, okay, so if you wear it, you will see that everybody around you, all of them are smiling at you. So you are creating a world around you, maybe, irrespective of how who they are or how they are, whomever you look at wearing the glasses, you feel like all of them are smiling at you. So a customer is also making efforts to create a world which they want around them. Same time, the brand is also going to all the brands. So you, wherever you see, you will see something which is very customized to you. So now what you see in Facebook or what you see in Instagram, this is going to be all over, everywhere. And the second most the bigger change which I think will happen is in the search paradigm. So, like 5 years back, if somebody says search or SEO, search engine optimization, or search, we only think about Google search. Though there are other search engines, but search obviously means Google search for everybody. But now, what is happening is, one, people are searching all over. They're searching in YouTube. So YouTube is the second biggest search engine after Google. Yeah. So the search in Google, they search in social media, even these apps like your Chat GPT and others. When you ask a query, the AI agent itself is going and searching all over. In fact, I think one of the Gartner report recently said 25 to 26 percentage of the search volume will be lost to the AI agents. Now, what happens when the AI agents are showing you the result? It will just give an answer to your question. If I am asking, uh, which is the best phone, it might search somewhere and it might give me top 5 phones, but it will not show me the blog somebody had written, or a review page somebody had written where they explained about the pros and cons of maybe 5 different models. So now, so I was, jokingly, somebody was telling, now search engine optimization will is turning to search everywhere optimization. Not only people are searching across platforms, people are also searching. Now, if I have to search something, my automatically I will go to I will type. No, that's how I'm used to. But if you look at a high schooler, when they are searching, you'll see that a lot of them, they use voice search. They don't want to type. They open Google Voice and they talk. They ask. Or there is image search. So there is voice search, there is video search, there is image search. So all multimodal search coming up, for which AI will be very, very important in optimizing. So now websites have to be optimized not only for people, also for the AI agents, also for the voice, also for the pictures. So this is going to bring about a huge change. Search, as we know today, which is still probably a lot of people still do Google search, but I think over the next 5 years, search as we know today will change a lot. Generative AI might play a huge role, and there'll be other AI tools also, which will help in several areas. And another, again, from a marketer point of view, which we also discussed already, content generation is seeing a sea change. Already, we know there are several content writers, people who used to develop content. There might be a lot of them have been affected. So, content generation also. Recently, somebody asked me that, what about graphic designers? Will they lose their job? So again, I gave them the same response. So there are graphic designers who will just, when I was working in the industry, there were people who will just do what we asked them to do. Put a yellow line there, okay, put a yellow line there. Change it into blue, okay, change it into blue. So if you are somebody who's working in this level, then obviously you will not have a place. But there were people who used to tell, see, Anupama, this client is from this industry, and in this industry, this is the norm. These are the kind of work they do. So this is the kind of color you should create, or you are competing with these kind of companies. So they will create, they will bring tabs. They will not show the presentation. They will put the presentation in the tab, and they will give it to the CXOs to watch, and then they will talk. So our PPT should also be, our presentation should not be just a PPT. It should be something which will play well on a tab. This was like few years back. So content creation will become very generic. I think anybody and everybody will start creating all modes of content, but somebody who is a graphic designer, who is a website developer, who knows that extra mile will definitely be at an advantage. Even the vibe coding, which I mentioned earlier, again, if I don't have a technical background, I'll not create a masterpiece with vibe coding. But if I have a technical background, if I am already somebody who can create good websites, then somebody like me is going to be at an advantage, because I might use all those simple things. I might just copy paste the code, and I will brainstorm on areas where it really matters. So this is also, so vibe coding also will make a lot of difference. Content generation, content repurposing is also going to be huge. And yeah, so the hyper personalization we already discussed. And yeah, I think that are some of the areas which I think is going to see a huge jump, which we can see and understand in the next few
Right.
years.
Right. Got it. Lots and lots to absorb, a lot of new information that
Mhm.
you've provided to us today. I think I'm going to be watching this podcast again and taking notes for myself as well.
Thank
So,
you.
thank you so much for coming on the podcast today and sharing your insights in the world of AI in marketing. It was lovely having you on the podcast, Anupama, and
Yeah.
we hope to have you again once more.
Sure. So thank you, Nakul, and thank you to Vibrant Publishers. So it was great to have a platform to express my thoughts, and in a few areas, which in the education area, at least few things I feel should change towards integrating tool into the education in a more natural way than everybody going and learning all the tools available, and start working on them. So I hope some of these efforts will definitely bring some change in the area of marketing.
Yeah, we hope so too. Once again, thank you, Anupama, and see you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Bye.